3 shots for par, I just do 2. 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo. New driver info, replace M2, par 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into. Start right, good line, good view. It drew, shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2 fingers pointed.
The green jacket is going north of the border. Mike Weir has won the Masters.
That I'm playing. Sometimes these part 3 green look like an island. A plunge and to keep it on dry land. At least I'm a try man. Up with the 5 and might use the trap man. I got a check man. Line tango ball speed. Rated that batsman. And where that ball land. Watch that.
All right, we're back. Episode 52 of On the Screws podcast. That is the 1-year milestone. Bryce, thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been pretty cool. So if you're a first-time listener, this is Bryce, my cousin. My name is Mack, and we are your co-hosts of On the Screws Golf Podcast. We've been doing this about a year now. Bryce came on around the Pga Championship. And yeah, so we've got kind of the... I'm in Ontario. I'm in the Toronto area. Bryce is in Michigan, so you're celebrating Thanksgiving right now, Bryce. You're just wrapping it up. How was the weekend? How did things go? And then we'll jump into the pod.
Good. Sorry, I just threw a couple sweet tarts in my mouth, but
all good.
Yeah, it was good. Thanksgiving went good. Got to see all the Shay's side of the family all came over, so that was fun. And then me and Shay's brother kind of headed up north to do some hunting this weekend. Unfortunately, didn't shoot anything, but good weekend to relax and the long weekend. So we're back at it today.
Nice. Now it was an off weekend of golf, so there was nothing on the PGA Tour anyway. Nothing on the docket on the PGA Tour. Didn't mean I didn't watch him golf with my little guy. Just kind of checked out. He loves just kind of looking at the screen. But yeah, so our 1-year anniversary or inaugural season, whatever you want to call it. Lots has happened in the year of golf. It was kind of the year of the super season, people were calling it. Ho, 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 gentlemen. The holidays have come early this year as Manscaped have the gifts that keeps on trimming. Santa's beard isn't so appealing when it's coming out of your trousers, and that's why Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming, have you covered this holiday season. Now available in your country. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped to keep their trees trimmed and ornaments polished. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code OTSGolf, 20% off and free shipping. Enjoy it. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you next time. No, we're not going to end the pod here. We'll get right into it. I just wanted to start this one off, Bryce. It is kind of the season of thanks, so it's really important. Sorry, our screen just jumped there, but it's really important to kind of think about the people that have come on the pod with us. It's, if we got a first-time listener, this is an episodic golf podcast. Each week, we kind of feature some of the new things in golf. Bryce and I chat about it. And we try and highlight a company, a player, whether it's a pro or, like a club pro, club fitter, a brand, anything like that. The idea is to connect as many people in the golf community. So stay with me here. Bryce, I am sorry. I am going to rifle off probably not quite 52 people, but pretty close to.
Go ahead.
Started back last December with Jeff Tate, Triple Bogey Brewing. Big supporter of the pod. Sent us lots of beers, bags, and stuff to give away. So thank you, Jeff. Caleb Jeffries from Rawhide Golf, Dale Brinke from the Ultimate Divot Tool, Greg Howard and his partner Justin from Left Behind Golf. We're gonna have a quick little chat with Greg a little later in the episode. Andrew Trotman from the Amateur Players Tour, and Sam McKee, my buddy from Sportsnet, Mike Marty Savage from TXG, Jake McNulty, Oshawa Golf and Curling Club. Played on the Mackenzie Tour this year, and I caddied with him. He is no longer at the Oshawa Golf and Country Club. I know he's moved, so he's playing there. Bianca, Caitlin, and Alicia from the Drive Bunnies. Rory Blaklroy, who does the awesome music intro. If you haven't checked him out, at Rory Blaklroy over on Instagram. Spencer Dungy, athletic therapist. Josh Haywood of Haywood Golf, Left Behind. Scott Golf was the one I was looking for there. Fareed Sam G of the Amateur Long Drive Canada. Bob Weeks from back in the Masters. So we're hoping to have Bob Weeks on as like an annual guest to kind of feature the Masters. When you think of Canadian golf in Canada around the Masters, you think Bob Weeks. My pal Chef Mike from 36 Kitchen Lounge sat in on the Masters week with me. Chris Bailey, great country music singer, plays golf as well. Really good guy. Ryan Gregnell, the 2020 Canadian Long Drive champ. Came back on a second time after he battled Bryson in the 2020 World Long Drive or Pro Long Drive Championships. Mack Boucher, who is came on the pod and is a lot more famous now, so I think it has something to do with the podcast, maybe. Andy Walker.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so, right? It was right around that time that he really started to spike. Yeah. So no, hitting, like, he just hits awesome slingers. One of the best golf Instagram pages out there, at Mack Boucher. Andy Walker, head coach of VCU, NCAA Division I school. Andy is the NCAA 1997 NCAA national champ. Unreal guy, really nice guy. Bradley Converse of Bradley Putters. We're getting there. Gus, what's his last name? Bryce?
Jordanidis.
Okay, thank you. So Bryce, Gus and his buddies won like 118K betting on lefty to win the PGA Championship. Mike Kissel from Laysod Golf. Carlo Koliakova, everybody knows him from the Leafs. Rebecca Lee Bentham on the Symmetra Tour, rode to the LPGA, former PGA or LPGA Tour player from the area. Great golfer, one of the best swings you'll see in all of golf. The Toronto Players Tour hopped on. Russell Budd, Mike Johnny, 36 a day, golf blogger. We did a quick feature on Port Hope Golf and Country Club. Actually just registered. I'm going to be a member there next year, so did a quick feature on them. Jamie Staples, incredible poker player. One of the best young poker minds in the world, yeah, and also a golfer too. Thought about going pro. His uncle played, but ultimately, packed it up. So Evan Clark, Siren Golf, Bob Winskowitz, Bryce's best friend from Squares Golf, Todd Kierstead from Paragolf Canada, Terry Hashimoto from Body Track Swing Balance. They're doing a shaft. I can't remember the shaft company now, but they're working with Accra. Almost there. Ian Martin, CEO of Quantix Golf. Nick Bradley, 2014 Ryder Cup coach. She was on the coaching team, elite golf instructor. Anthony Spagnoli, my buddy Anthony, has played all the top 100 courses in Canada. Jesse Florkowski, the best one-handed golfer in the world. Zach Viminitz, Bryce's buddy, playing at Moorhead State University. Billy Spencer, currently on the bag for Sunjay Im. Barry Forth, thank you, Barry, for having Bryce and I out at Copetown Woods, the best value course in Canada, or one of them. That has been confirmed by many, many people now. So Ziggy Nathu, PGA Tour Canada or PGA Tour Latino America, he just actually got his card. So congrats, Ziggy. Thanks for coming on a couple weeks ago. The guys from Dormy, really, really good episode. They hopped on for our 50th episode. Those guys are awesome. Just really, really good guys. So if you haven't checked it out, go back. Garrett Hadfield from the Goat Track, that was last week, sent us a lot of cool stuff. They also have amazing guy, and we're recording this on Monday night, so they have a release that is coming out in like 17 minutes, Bryce. So if you're listening to this on Friday night, go back, check out the Go Track Social Club. Maybe it's not sold out. And we've got some really good guests coming up. Thanks for staying with me on that one. I know that it was a few minutes of me just rifling off some names, but we really wanted to thank everybody who's kind of made the podcast possible up until this point. And it's been great connecting with everybody. And we've got a lot of cool guests featured in the coming weeks. And if you ever want to hop on the pod, we book typically about a month to 6 weeks out in advance. But if you want to come on, send us an email at OTS Golf over on Instagram. Shoot us a DM, and we'll get you on. We'll chat some golf. It'll be a good time. Thank you, Bryce. I'm sorry, my man. Let's go through some of the majors. Let's just highlight a couple of the big things that happened in the golf world in 2021. Yeah. I think it's the year of the super season, like we talked about. But first, the match. Can we just talk about the match for a minute? Let's just get it out of the way, because I was so excited. I don't know why. I was like so excited to watch the match, and it was over in like 3 holes. You know what I mean? So
I didn't get to watch any of it because, like I said, I was up north. But I mean, I was sitting in the woods in my tree stand. I was scrolling through, watching it online. But I didn't. Since when was it always decided they're only playing 12 holes?
Yeah. So that was actually, I guess Brooks had asked about playing just 12, and Bryson said sure. And I'm kind of glad, because don't get me wrong, like I didn't think either player played very well. Brooks was like 1 for 6 in fairways. He hit 3 trees, man. Like Brooks hit 3 trees off the tee, and every ball just kind of, scampered towards the fairway. But don't get me wrong, his approach was nice. He was putting the ball well. Bryson did not capitalize at all when he had the opportunity. I think Bryson was nervous, man. I think he was. Like, it was a bit of an interesting event, and I'm glad it's done. I don't think it'll happen again. Brooks is happy to kind of have that number, and I just signed a couple days ago with the Strixon, so that's the irons I play, as everybody knows if you listen to the podcast. So congrats to Brooks, finally playing the full 14 club Cleveland Strixon deal. So
I don't think he's still using the Scotty, I think, but
yeah, he's got the Scotty, and then he's got the Vaporfly. He's got the 3 iron that will leave his bag.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was funny. I mean, I just saw a thing on Instagram where he hit a shot or something, and Bryson was like, "Whoa, man! Like, where is this on the PGA Tour or whatever?" And I think Bryce or Brooks kind of under his breath kind of said, "Well, I guess this is kind of like one of my majors."
Yeah.
I just thought that was hilarious.
It was good. The dynamic was like awkward, right? Like it was awkward at best. Kind of weird, but like if they did it again, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Like I think Bryson had, like, Brooks did not play that well. I think Brooks was only like maybe 2 or 3 under. Bryson was even, maybe 2 over, somewhere in that range. It was just not a great round. Not good golf. We didn't watch, like, one guy didn't, like, Brooks didn't go like super low. He wasn't like throwing, he wasn't shooting the lights out. But let's talk a little bit about some of the events in 2021. So we're not going to go through them all. I just figured we'd go through the majors. So first one, we got to start it off. We're going to do the Masters, PGA, US Open, and then the Open. We'll kind of talk a little bit about it. So Hideki, man, one of the, I don't know, like the golf world was on fire when Hideki won. So Xander Schauffele kind of had that, he put a lot of pressure on him. Then I think on 16, he kind of pulled one in the bunker or whatever. That was ultimately it. And Hideki and his, the caddy, like you saw it, everybody saw it, kind of going over, grabbing the flag, bound to the flag.
It's one of the best moments in golf. I think it'll go down in history, in my opinion. I mean, it's just such a unique thing that meant so much to him and his caddy, and like just the whole story behind that. It's never been done, and it's never been thought of, and it's just such a cool thing that happened, I think. And it's awesome that we got to witness something like that.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty, it was pretty cool. So he went 69, 71, 65, 73. So fired some pretty good rounds there. Didn't score like when DJ won. And they knew that. Like they knew that it wasn't going to play the same as when DJ was there. So hit almost 70% greens in regulation. Like he had a pretty good tournament. But I thought that there were some guys there like that could have won. Like I think, like I was hoping Xander was going to come through, but Hideki is.
I wanted Zalatoris to win, man. That guy kind of just came onto the scene out of nowhere and lit the lamp. Like, and then obviously same body type as me. I kind of just fell in love with the guy. I think he's an awesome golfer now, and I'm a big fan. But hopefully we'll see him win next year a couple times. But yeah, that was Masters was a good tournament to be a part of. It
was. We had Hideki, Zalatoris, who was -9. So I think Hideki bogeyed 18 too. Jordan Spieth, Xander Schauffele at 7, and then Rom and Leishman at -6. So that rounded out the top 5. Pretty stacked field, like pretty good golfers. Yeah. Like Jordan Spieth, like Jordan Spieth had like an unreal year. So like I'm happy that he got close, but I think this year he's gonna get one. Moving on to the PGA Championship, like we mentioned, Gus and his buddies laying down like $100 each or whatever on Lefty and coming up clutch, like absolutely clutch, winning 118K between 5 of them, I think it was, or 6 of them. Like insane, man. So yeah, we got Lefty, the oldest guy, 50 years old, just kind of beating the pants off the guys in the PGA Tour, and then PGA Tour champions, and then coming in and doing it on the PGA Tour as well, right? So went 70, 69, 70, 73. Like that's a pretty good tournament. So Phil Mickelson, Brooks was -4, but he was never really there. You know what I mean? Like
he was so invisible, but his score was just there the whole weekend.
Yeah, like I think I just mean like on Sunday it was Phil's tournament. Like he had to blow it up. Like I think at one point he had a 6-stroke lead. Then we had Louis used to losing, Padraig Harrington, Shane Lowry, Harry Higgs, my guy Harry Higgs, and Paul Casey. Yeah, man. So it was a good tournament. Like it was a really good tournament for Lefty. He didn't have like good stats. He had like, I remembered reading this. It was like 55% fairways and it was under 65% greens. But the guy like debatably the best short game player of all time and one of the top players of all time. So,
well, what I loved about it was, I believe this happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he played a couple Champions Tours before the PGA, correct? And went back to back, won them both.
Yep.
And I just thought it was awesome for him to kind of prove that he's not ready for that yet. He's still got a game to play in the PGA on the tour, and then he goes out and wins a major. I just thought that was a great few tournaments he had there, and I don't think he's done. I think he's got a couple more years where he's going to be a contender, hopefully. And I want to see it.
What did he win? He won. I think he won 4 or 6 on the PGA Tour Champions. Only Jack Nicklaus has done that, I believe. And Bernard Longer won the Charles Schwab Cup, I believe they call it. So, like pretty much if he plays 10 events, he's probably going to win that next year. U.S. Open John Rom, one of my favorite tournaments of the year because it was, I don't know, it was just like 7,700 yards playing long like Kiowa was. And John Rom was like unreal this year. Like he played so well. So well. Like 69, 70, 72, 67 to cap it off. So we had John Rom again, Louis used to losing, Harris English, Guido Migliozzi, Brooks Koepka again, and Morikawa to round out the top 5. It was a pretty good tournament, man. That was a lot of fun to watch. So hold on, let's go back. Do you remember Louis with the layup?
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about it. I know you and I talked about it, and it's still one of the things that I remember. Like, he even had a 2-stroke lead over Harris English. Like Harris English was in, I think, at -3, but I think he was in at -3. So that's why I didn't understand why he didn't just like try to rip 3 wood. I know he's in the rough, but like, I don't know. I guess we can't beat the dead horse, but he took himself, like he gave John Rom the U.S. Open, trophy, but it was an interesting finish, but John Rom made back-to-back birds on 17, 18. He made that huge putt to go 6.
Yeah, huge.
He did that like last year, like in the BMW and stuff too. Like John Rom is an underrated player with that old.
Who was it? Who do you go into the playoffs with last year? I know we already touched on this thing, but it was
DJ and
both made bombs, and then in the playoff, John Rom buried like a 70-footer.
Yeah, and he's gone back to the White Hot like original or whatever. So.
Yeah, the Rosie.
Yeah, the Rosie. So the 2021 Open Championship, Colin Morikawa just played like insane the whole time. Like I thought he played great, but his first round was like okay. He was 9th going into day 2 and then kind of took over. So 67, 64, 68, and 66, 4 rounds in the 60s. That does not happen a lot. Like I know DJ did it back in 2020 at Augusta there, but it does not happen a lot. Pretty unreal tournament. Spieth was right there. Like he was kind of like kicking tires trying to get there, -13. John Rahm again, man. Like I'm laughing because we got Louis used to losing again in 3rd. So 4 strokes back. And then we got Dylan Fratelli, who I actually thought Dylan Fratelli played an unreal tournament. It was a lot of fun to watch him. And he had like a really good tournament last year at the Masters too. He shows up in some of the majors, man. So
he does for sure. But I love to see Morikawa win, man. I mean, he's young. He's got an amazing swing. He's an amazing golfer. I was just glad to see him finally get one under his belt, even though I probably would have liked to see Spieth win a little more. But I was glad to see Morikawa pull away with one.
Just won the DP World Tour too. So right now Morikawa is he's the best player on the planet right now. John Rahm's lights out, but like Morikawa is, I think he's just complete. He's just too consistent. And you know what? Morikawa's 24, John Rahm's 26. So like, if you want to prove me wrong, like I'm more than happy to be proven wrong on that, because I think John Rahm's unbelievable too. Like back and forth, we are going to see these two guys battle for years to come.
Twirl gang, give me that driver, I let it bang. Twirl gang, give me that wedge, I'm taking that aim. Twirl gang, twirl. If you ain't twirling, hitter, you lame. You sick of the twirling, hitter, you game.
I forgot to do transition, so this is your transition. This is Greg, co-founder of Left Behind Golf. Greg, how are you doing? This is our first three-time guest, so yeah, you're back on. So the story with Greg here, one of my favorite brands, so if you guys haven't, go over and check them out. Left Behind Golf. I'm gonna link everything down below. So we started up like the same week, right? So we kind of
almost exactly 1 year ago.
So exactly. So we kind of you know, we found each other at the same time. We kind of started things up, got him on the pod pretty early, had a really good chat. To this day, I think you're like the second most downloaded episode. So
yeah, I take pride in that.
Yeah,
man, so.
second or third, something like that. It's really good.
On my face.
It was good. So really enjoyed having you guys on. Got an update from you probably, you know, early summer, something like that. And here we are. It's
we are again.
You know, off season starting up here. We're both close to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So wanted to get you on. This is an important episode for us. This is our 1 year anniversary episode, whatever you want to call it. So the end of season 1 in the On the Screws podcast. So
finale.
Let's get an update from you, man. How's it going? How are you guys doing? How's things going in the Left Behind world?
It's going, man. Things are moving. So you know, we just released, as you know, the new fall holiday line for our gloves, and we've been working on you know, some other things behind the scenes with different partnerships that we're making to kind of be able to provide, you know, better content for, you know, our social media, maybe extending out to different branches on social media. So we've got some really cool stuff coming in terms of content. We've got some cool stuff coming in terms of product. You know, and then we're going to be working on some other stuff around a newsletter that we're super excited about. We did tease it already. We've been a little bit behind on the timing for the release date, but as you know, we're going to be working on 4 Left, which is going to be an awesome way for us to kind of build a sense of community around all the left-handed golfers and give people an opportunity to be kind of highlighted. Some thoughts of bringing back the lefty spotlight, which I'm sure you remember from when we first got started. So yeah, a lot of moving parts, but we're excited to get those things done. And, you know, I think the off season gives us the opportunity to do that. So we're looking forward to it, even though it's getting pretty snowy around here.
Yeah, I know it's tough times for us right now in Canadian golf.
So. It's rough.
So
at least the simulators, though, that's going to be
that's true.
What we're going to be focusing on. So
that's
best
true.
We can do for now. But
again, we're with Greg from Left Behind Golf. So if you're watching over on YouTube, I'm wearing the hat right now, wearing the shirt. Took me a little while to squeeze into it. I was carrying you know, just had a little baby. Okay, give me a little break. So got a few LBs off, and I'm into it now. But so this was when I guess this was dropped back in the summer. So your holiday line. What if anybody's listening right now who doesn't know what was in the line? And
yeah, so for the fall holiday line, basically we just got some new gloves that we wanted to release for the holiday season. So 3 brand new kind of bold, deep. Wanted to have some unique kind of fall-based colors that you couldn't find easily anywhere else, especially, you know, not as a lefty. So I've got a couple here. I'm not sure how the lighting will work out, but we got the James Brown, which is a super nice chocolate brown, really deep. You know, stands out. And you put this with a pair of khakis, or you can put that with pretty much anything. It's pretty classic looking color. And then we got what we call the Green Mile. So as you know, we like to have either a celebrity or a movie kind of theme and make it a character in the Left Behind story. So this is the Green Mile, and we say that the power is in your hands with this bad boy. So that's a nice deep forest green. And then we got, of course, Thrawn Burgundy. So this has been a really popular one. As the name suggests, a nice deep, you know, reddish, purplish color. But yeah, really 3 like bold, really classy looking colors. So, you know, if you like to stand out but still kind of have a bit of a subtle look, those are really, you know, really a good option.
Yeah, you guys in bold go hand in hand, man. I wouldn't expect anything different. So I'll drop a couple photos. So again, if you're not following us on OTS Golf or on the Screws podcast over on YouTube, go over, check it out. I'm going to drop a couple photos on there. They're also at Left Behind Golf over on Instagram. You can check them out. Go over and you know, kind of have a look for yourself if you're not watching the podcast here, or if you're kind of just driving in the car. I will drop a couple photos over top though. And what's your website, Greg? If anybody wants to go over and check out the website, what?
Yeah, you can check us out at leftbehindgolf.com.
Okay.
So we actually just made you know, a few new updates last time we chatted, I think, or just after the last time we chatted.
Yeah.
Kind of revamped and re-released the website. So that's another exciting update for some folks who might have not taken a look in a little while. So brand new website, a lot more accessible.
Nice.
We're going to be looking to add even more content on there and some other things that people can, you know, get out of the website other than just kind of the products and things like that. But yeah, there's a really cool new look to that. So leftbehindgolf.com, and then, you know, as you said, all social media channels as well are at Left Behind Golf.
I have used the website. It's very easy to use. You know, no problems kind of navigating it. So go over and check it out. But you know, we're coming up to the holiday season. I gotta ask you, if you're, you know, as a fellow lefty golfer, I'm sure you want some golf Christmas stuff, whatever it is, or
maybe a few things.
Yeah. You got anything on the list? I know I've kind of spoiled myself a little bit. Gonna have my wife kind of pack them up for me and give them to myself, I guess. So,
got you, yeah.
But what do you got? What do you got on the Christmas list this year?
Yeah, I actually knocked a couple things off my list, that I needed. I needed a new driver, and I got one this year.
Nice.
The one thing I would like to get is a new custom putter. But that might be something I more need to kind of, again, probably put in my own stocking, so to speak.
Yeah.
Kind of hard for other people to get my specs done on that. But one simple thing that maybe I'm looking at is I do need a new wedge set. So I've had my eyes on some Vokeys for a while, and let's just say if I got those, I think I'd be a happy guy for
nice. Okay.
For the rest of the year.
I've played the Vokeys. I'm looking at my golf bag right now, and a nice set of Haywood golf wedges in there. And man, I mention it later on in this podcast or before. I'm not sure where I'm going to drop this in because again, I am bad at transitions and did not put a transition in. So we're having this chat probably before Bryce and I go through our bags. So I talk about Haywood Golf has this like Canadian nitride, and it's nitride, I think it is, and it's like jet black. The finish doesn't come off of them.
I have seen that. Yeah,
they're clean. And Josh is a good guy. He does really good work over there, Haywood Golf.
That's a good plug. You might hear from me pretty soon.
Yeah. It's worth going over and checking out. And they do like live auctions and stuff like that. I know last year they did a holiday auction where a lot of money was donated. I've gone on a couple times and I scored a nice 48-degree wedge on an auction, so pretty good. But season's kind of wrapping up now, Greg. Any highlights for you guys, whether it be the brand, the golf season in general? Like I already know where you're going to go, but and we haven't had this discussion. I already know where the highlight of the season in the PGA Tour is going to go, but what are some things that stand out for you? I just love chatting golf, so while I got you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously from, we'll go the easy one first. I mean, Phil winning the PGA,
love it.
It's untouchable. I think that was no surprise to you.
Yeah.
Not even just from a lefty perspective, obviously that's a huge thing for lefty golf, but just in sports in general, just to see a guy in his 50s come out there and do that when it's not like he was killing golf. He wasn't playing well. He didn't play that well, certainly after. And I just loved a lot of his comments. Well, I didn't really play very well today, but you know what? I won the PGA.
Yeah.
Just the swagger went through the roof. So
Phil's sense of humor is something else, man. Something we've only like really seen in the last couple of years too. He's always kind of like
he's coming to his own in that way.
Yeah, he's kind of like kind of listed, or I don't know, pointed as a serious guy, right, in the golf community.
Yeah, a little more serious, a little more arrogant.
Yeah, now he's just out there having a good time.
He's kind of he's let go a lot. So.
When things start to go down, I don't want to say when things start to go down, but when he's not playing well, he just goes down and beats the pants off the guys on the PGA Tour champions, and then kind of comes back up and then wins the PGA Championship, which was cool. That was a big time for us on the pod. One of Bryce's closest friends, his dad, and a few other buddies, we mentioned it earlier, won like almost 120K on a Phil bet. So
$500 bet or something like that, right? It was
pretty awesome for those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make that bet, that's for sure. As a guy who runs a left-handed golf company, I think.
Next year, you and I will be hooking something up. But what about the brand? Anything that any highlights from the brand? Anything that kind of sticks out for you? From the 2021 season.
I think just our overall our growth. I think we've gone through a lot of maturation. So when we first came out, from just the website to the social media page, where I think we're at about 4,000 followers right now.
Nice.
So we wanted to get to around 4,000 or 5,000 in the first year. Again, I wasn't the guy who was a social media expert by any stretch when I started this. So I'm pretty proud of what we've done there. And I think another highlight that kind of ties into that is the ambassador program that we've been working on now, and really connecting some of our biggest supporters both together and giving them the opportunity to kind of get experience working in the golf industry as the ambassadors, and again just kind of connecting with people like that, and connecting them, but also us connecting with them, and kind of just giving them the opportunity to showcase what we've got and just support the lefty community. And that's really what we started this. That's the reason that we put this together. So I think that's really just a big highlight for us, because it's sort of substantiates that community aspect, and we're really looking forward to where that program is going to go for the upcoming season. So
for sure, man. And I think that's why you and I got along so well, because we had like very similar thoughts of how we're a podcast. You guys are you know, a golf brand, but we had, you know, a similar idea of what we wanted to do with the golf community and just connect as many people as we can, right? So it's pretty cool when you're, you know, I know like Spencer does a little bit of that, athletic therapist. He's been on the pod in the past, really smart guy. He's going to come on in the future, actually kind of talk about some things we can do in the off season to, you know, just to kind of keep your body in shape and whatnot. And, you know, guys like that don't have, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers that can, you know, push out a golf brand, but can still feel, you know, appreciated as well, right? So, and get an opportunity to kind of, you know, showcase your stuff as well. So really like that, man. Appreciate you coming on. It's always kind of nice to chat with you. You and I have a good time, and we've already been on for probably, I don't know, a good 40 minutes before this or so. So every single time.
It's good to catch up.
Before we let you go, let's go over the social handles. So you guys have a Facebook account, Instagram, and you do the website as well. Can you just kind of give that to anybody checking out the pod here?
Yeah, for sure. So again, we our biggest channels are Facebook and Instagram, so you can find us there at Left Behind Golf, and obviously the website www.leftbehindgolf.com. And you know, we're gonna be working on expanding into some new channels as well over the off season here. So keep your eyes peeled for some of those updates. But I know that you know, there's a few other platforms out there like TikTok and YouTube that people want to see us on, and we hear you, and we're working hard on it. So keep your eyes peeled. If
you guys figure out YouTube, where some people might be watching right now, you let me know, because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. This is my pal Greg from Left Behind Golf. Thanks for coming on again, Greg. Of course, man, once we get into the season, you guys will probably have a spring drop. Let's get you back on for a few minutes. We might have to do this more regularly. I am also hopefully going to write a little column in the For Left newsletter, so go over, check that out. I'm learning, but yeah, it is a lot of fun. So when we get that out, it'll be a lot of fun to kind of post it out. You know, just talk some golf, man, in any way we can. So
we're not done yet, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, enjoy the holiday.
Twirling my stick, staring it down, into the ground. It's a good chance that I'm in it. The revolution's like 100 a minute. They see me twirling that club. That's how you know that I love it. Yeah, I make it look easy. There really ain't many that do how I do.
Some of the guys who had some highlights here on the PGA Tour last year. We're going to pick a couple of guys in the super season. So keep in mind, this is the super season, you know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if you haven't already, go over to at OTS Golf on Instagram. Check us out there. Give us a follow. And if you haven't already, head over to On the Screws Podcast over on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Every Friday afternoon, we release an episode. But yeah, man, so two-time winners. It was kind of like the super season, so there were a couple in there. Like Bryson won the US Open back in 2020, which they included in the next season, and then he won the API as well, which that was a pretty fun tournament over Westy. So that one is a bit of an asterisk. But then we got Harris English won the Century, and then the Travelers. He hadn't won in like 7 years, I think. 2013 or 14.
He came on though this year. He played a lot of good golf this past year.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So like he played pretty well, and then we had Jason Kokrak, who was turning into one of the best golfers like in the world right now. I posted something the other day that I thought Jason Kokrak was the best putter on tour, and there's reason to believe it. And he's got 3 wins. He just won a couple weeks ago. So we got his
money total right back up. I called that win. Not a big deal.
Oh yeah. It was good. You had like 1.5 million in earnings in that tournament. So Jason Kokrak won the CJ Cup, and then followed it up with the Charles Schwab, and then the 2022 Hewlett Packard Houston. So he's actually won 3 times in just a little over 12 months, really, which is crazy because those are his first 3 wins on tour. So Stuart Sink, the old guy, winning the Safeway in the RBC, hadn't won on tour in 12 years either, man, which was pretty insane. So I watched the whole RBC, all 4 rounds. I thought it was a lot of fun watching him. I thought he played well. He had a son on the bag. And then Colin Morikawa, who of these guys who have won 2, I think this might be the most impressive, although I know Bryson had the US Open. It was kind of in like a hybrid year, but he won the WGC Workday and then the Open Championship. But, you know, Patrick Cantlay takes the cake. 4 wins. He won the Zozo, the Memorial, BMW, and then the Tour Championship. Did not get a major in there, but, you know, the Tour Championship is kind of the same type of pedigree, right? Like everybody's there. Went in, he battled Bryson at the BMW. They had like that 8-hole playoff or something like that. It was insane. Bryson was missing putts, and then Cantley would come back and like snipe it close. Just a really good tournament, man. Really good. Did you get to watch a lot of it, Bryce?
Yeah, I did. I believe the week before that too was that Kramer Hickok tournament.
Yeah.
That with him and who was he against? Harris English? Was that what that?
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before. But yeah, they had like was it 9 or 11 holes? Or it was the second longest.
Yeah, but it was kind of similar to that, right? They just went back and forth and back and forth. And,
yeah, it was pretty good. It was
yeah.
I think it was the second longest. I think that was the second longest like playoff or whatever you want to call them, PGA Tour history. But you know, I thought before we moved on from the 2021 season, we could talk a little bit about our best and worst. So this is just anything that we want to talk about in the golf world. So I think we'll start with the worst and then we'll get to the best. So obviously for me, I'm going to start it off with the most recent thing was a match. I think it was a flop. I don't want to say disliked it. I just didn't think it lived up to the hype. The Justin Thomas slander, not going to repeat it on here. I think it was just, it got blown out of proportion. I understand that. It was just like a bad look. And unfortunately, it was like a guy who is looked up to by a lot of people in the game. Like a lot of people really, really like Justin Thomas, conducts himself really well. So I understand it was just a slip. He took it. You know what I mean? He accepted it. He knew he was wrong. The sponsor dropped him. Ralph Lauren or whatever, and he went and has done what he can to kind of learn how to improve on those types of things. And it's unfortunate because I do genuinely think he didn't mean to, but it happened, right? And when you have you're mic'd up, you can't have that happen. So, and then the worst thing in the history of golf right now, hold on, let me walk that back. I shouldn't say that because there's unfortunately Lee Elder just passed away today. We're recording this on Monday. First Black American or African American, first Black player to ever play in the Masters tournament. Passed away today. Absolute legend. But the Tiger Woods accident was terrible, right? In the world of social media, it was on everybody's radar. Everybody saw it. The car was just no good, and it was just it sucked, man. People are crying, you're hearing that he might not make it. It was really bad. I hate to highlight some of the worst, but unfortunately it happened. But we have some positive news. Just a few minutes ago, before we hopped on, Bryce, he was talking about 50-50 or a little bit more than 50-50. He will return to the PGA Tour, just kind of selected events, kind of hop in, probably to the Masters now and then, play tournaments here and there when he can select them. But what were your worst? What stuck out for you in 2021?
I don't know. I didn't really have too many that I could think of off the top of my head. I mean, I had Tiger's accident down too, which was, like you were saying, pretty devastating to the whole golf community just because of how big of an impact he's had on this game throughout the years and how many people he touched. And yeah, other than that though, I didn't really have too many worst situations other than a few of my rounds. But I like to keep those.
Yeah, Bryce had a tough time. Yeah, you had a tough time at Copetown. It was not your day.
Yeah, that's why we'll just leave it there. I'm not going to bring it up. We'll just leave it there.
So for me, some of my best was, I think, again, I've mentioned it way too many times, but I had a near hole-in-one, just over a foot on a par 4, 345 yards at Dundas Valley, number 5. So, that would have changed my life, man. If that ball went in. So. Well,
you also almost had the one at Deer Creek with me the one day. You're
oh yeah, that's short. Yeah, that's right. 3. Yeah, that was a long par 3 too, probably 220 or something like that. So we actually thought that went in too because it kind of dipped down into something. You had a good shot there too. You hit.
I hit 8 iron. I think you hit 5, but yeah, they were both good shots.
Yeah, it was nice. So, yeah, whatever, man. So mine was closer, and you missed your putt, right? So.
Oh, of course I missed my putt.
But yeah, getting into the best, I think a couple near hole-in-ones, I guess, would be pretty good. And I actually hit I'll talk about it in the lowest round, but I hit the pin on an approach shot. It was a short par 5, 485 yards at the Deerhurst, the little short track around the course. I actually and I made the eagle putt, which was great. Probably fell to about 8 feet or something. But I rattled a pin on an approach shot, which was pretty cool. But I think I got the caddy this year, so you can't see it on my camera right now. But just over my left shoulder here is the bib on the wall. So Jake McNulty, who we mentioned, was at Oshawa Golf and Curling Club, the head pro there. He plays on the Mackenzie Tour, and invited me out to caddy for the weekend for him. So it was pretty cool. Really cool experience at TPC Toronto. We had a lot of fun. He shot 4 under. Was just a really, really good event. A lot of fun. And I think I gotta mention Jin Young Ko, 63 consecutive greens in regulation. That was last week at the CME Championships on the LPGA Tour, because that's like, I don't know if anybody will ever touch that record. Like, that's insane. Imagine hitting 63 greens in a row. Imagine hitting 6 in a row.
I can't. I was gonna say I can't hit 3 in a row.
Yeah. And then obviously a couple days ago, Tiger swing post. Just kind of like
just goosebumps almost, like, for some people, like,
man.
I know I got it, like, just seeing him back out there at that iconic swing. It was just,
I probably had 20 DMs that day, just being like people like that we've talked to, on the pod here and stuff, just messaging about Tiger. So that was pretty good. I remember
scrolling through my Instagram feed, and I think 7 of the top 10 that I scrolled through were all the exact same video, and I was like, oh, he's back.
Yeah, I made a little reel on it. I was pretty excited, man. A lot of us are playing golf because of Tiger, or continued to play the game because of Tiger, or I don't know, just opened so many doors for so many people. What do you got, Bryce? What about you?
So I got a couple more than the worst, which is obviously a positive thing. Good. So, I got Brooks beating Bryson because I'm such a Brooks fan.
I knew you'd have that. Yeah, I knew you'd have that.
So, I don't hate Bryson. I don't at all. He's good for the game. I'm more of a Brooks fan personally.
Okay.
I got seeing Phil win the PGA. I know we touched on it, but I just thought that was such a cool moment for him and his family, and for the game of golf. And I thought that was one of the better things that happened this year. So
for sure.
We already touched on it, so I'm not going to go back and do it. But I just thought I really wanted to add on to that. Playing the Disney Palm course with Shay. I kind of dragged her out a little. She doesn't love going out there all day in the heat, but she came out with me, and it was just me and her, and I actually fired a nice 75 for the first round of the year, which was not bad. So
yeah, I took when Carly and I were on vacation, so she was obviously pregnant this year, but we went to Deerhurst, like Muskoka there. So I played the Highlands, which was pretty amazing. So nice course, like top. It's on the top 59 list. I think it's like top 30 or 40 in the public list. So we ripped around early, like had a 2-hour, 10-minute round early in the morning. But yeah, she came out, recorded a couple videos. Not her forte, but it was fun, man. It was good. It was a lot of fun to go out and play and just have her kind of come out. And she golfs too, like Car does golf. She's actually pretty good, but at that point in time, she was not in any golf shape.
Yeah, Shay's not too big into the golf, but she doesn't mind kind of coming out, and she'll drive the cart around a few times. And like, she took a few of my videos out there for the pod, so it was good. And then my last one was the scramble tournament I was in with my boss this year. I know we kind of touched on it back when it happened, but it's called the White Claw Invitational. Unfortunately, my boss's buddy passed away at 30 years old, and he was a big hunter fisherman, and this is a full charity event now, and all the proceeds go to a charity that give kids, underprivileged kids, a dream hunt or a dream fishing trip. So I'm a big outdoorsman too myself, so we like to go give and have fun playing in that tournament there. So
love it. That's a good cause, man. And it's always nice to kind of get together with a bunch of people just looking to kind of do the same. But you guys lit it up. You went low, right? You guys went real low.
Yeah. So we're gonna touch on our low rounds here, and I was gonna touch a little more. But yeah, we went. We were up to 59. I had 7 solo birdies.
Love it.
And I was fully in the bag, so it kind of made it a little more fun. So
I'll talk about my scramble too, because that was my near hole in one with the par 4. So I was actually 6 under through 6. So everybody knows me. Like, I'm not the best golfer out there. I'll shoot, I think my low round 73. Usually I'll average somewhere in the low 80s, something like that. Or high 70s, something, in that area. So that was a really good day for me. But in a scramble, I was going last in our group. My buddies all suck. So I'm just kidding. I actually had some really good golfers. They played well, so it kind of allowed me. But like, I made a nice putt on the second hole, like a 15-footer. We used my approach shot on the third hole or fourth hole. I chipped in, then I had a near hole in one. It was just a really good day, really good round of golf. I think we shot 59 at Dundas Valley. So it was a really fun day. Played with my buddies, Chef, who's been on the pod in the past, and Kirk. I know he tunes in to listen, and my buddy Curtis. It was a lot of fun. So I'll go next, Bryce. I had a couple that like stuck out. I had a decent round at Black Bear. I think I was +7, 36, 43. I was trying to look at the card. I looked on my app quickly too. So I went like, I was 36 on the front. I think I was even or +1 or whatever it was. And then I went par, triple bogey on a par 5. It's like it's like a slash par 6. I don't know. It's 640 yards or something. It's crazy long. You've played Black Bear before, so you know that hole. Just played it. Yep. Like it was not a good hole for me. And then it was okay. I settled down. I actually like took out an iron on the next hole. Very tough par 4. Kind of like had to lay up because it was a cold day too. And then I made like a nice like 8-footer for par after my layup. Hit my wedge in and made a nice like kind of like a bending putt. That got me started, made a couple of nice holes, and then I think I went bogey, double bogey finish. And yeah, kind of I got a little nervous. I was getting a low round there, and that would have been a nice round at Black Bear for me. Played Timber Ridge for the first time out here. That was a lot of fun. Shot +5, I believe. Had a really good round. The greens are tough. That was with 3 putts as well. So first time playing it, really enjoyed that course.
Timber Ridge is a nice track. I've played it a couple times. My buddy actually lives like right down the street from it. So when I and also when I played in Wellington there, we were 5 minutes away from it, so I played it a couple times. It's a nice track.
Yeah, I think it's a top 100 public, or top 100 in Ontario. That's what it is, and it's a pretty nice course. Greens are hard; they're tough. Like they're not easy at all. We got a nice little 9-hole track in Bowmanville here called Stonehenge, and I shot a 233. So don't get me wrong; like I played that course 10,000 times. So, I can't remember exactly how the round went. I played so many there, but I think I might have went birdie finish to shoot a 33 there. Sorry, Bryce, I'll just finish up mine. And then
you're good.
Deerhurst, not the Highlands, but I played it's like a little, I don't want to say executive because it's got like a short par 5. I think it's got a couple par 4s. I actually almost had a near hole in one there. Mind you, the hole is only 106 yards. I hit a 56-degree wedge to like 6 inches by myself. So I took a video walking up. I think I like posted a story on Instagram. I thought it went in because I couldn't see it was into the sun, but yeah, it was pretty good. Shot a 4 under 28 there. So it's a par 32, like little 9-hole track. I had an eagle on don't get me wrong, short par or a very long par 4, but short par 5, near hole in one. And then, I actually started off with a bogey, I think it was, or second hole was a bogey or something. So it was a pretty decent round. Played some decent golf, not my best. Had some rough rounds. Like I played Port Hope a couple times this year. Didn't play very well there. I'm going to be a member there next year, so hopefully that changes. Played TPC with my buddy Anthony. Wasn't great, but that course was beautiful. Probably my favorite one of the year. Yeah, so I know we were going to talk about our favorite courses, but give me your lowest, your other best rounds, Bryce.
I didn't get out as much as I would have liked to, just with work and us planning the wedding and stuff. It's been pretty hectic over here, but I fired a 71 at this course called Links and Novi. It's just down the road from my place here. Nice. It's a par 71, and I ripped a 71 with a double and a bogey, which was a pretty good round for me. I mean, I was playing lights out.
3 birds?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like it.
And I had my double and my 2 bogeys both on the 3 on the front, and then I had my 3 birds on the back. So
nice.
I went -3 on the back and 3 over on the front. But and then my round in Florida with that 75. I mean, never played the course in my life. Complete different grass in Florida, different weather, ball flies differently. I was pretty proud of the 75.
Yeah, man, it definitely flies differently. If you haven't already, go over, like I mentioned, at OTS Golf on Instagram. Check out our reels. there's one of well, you made bird on one of them. Shay got one of your birds, but
Yeah.
Bryce here just smashing a 342-yard bomb. So I can tell you that that's a pretty regular thing for Bryce. Even in the rain at Copetown Woods, you were still hitting it. We were just kind of smacking it around from there. That round you mentioned, Bryce, is kind of like Blake's round. So Bryce's younger brother Blake, really good golfer. I think he was like, I don't know, 7 under on the front at Copetown, 5 under on the back or something. I don't know. He played like, it was pretty incredible to watch, because it was like we were getting pissed on the whole time, right? So
yeah, it was not great weather.
So Disney Palms, that was your favorite course that you played this year?
Yeah, I believe so. Just because, like I said, I didn't get out too much. I think every other course I've played already, and then just with the circumstance of Shay being there and us being on vacation, and kind of just a new course in Florida, I think it was kind of just the best all-around experience I had this year.
Yeah, I definitely liked playing the Highlands at Deerhurst. It was pretty good. Again, like really good shape. And I got to go with my wife, and it was our last round that we played before little guy showed up. So it was a lot of fun. Played Black Bear, which I really like. Black Bear, man, like it's such a nice course, really long and tough. We played it in the rain. I think we played the tips too, which was kind of nice. My buddies joined me on the tips, I think. So it was a good day. Also though, I think like I got to walk the Heathlands twice, caddying on the weekend for Jake, and I got to play with my pal Anthony Spagnoli. He invited me out, and we grabbed some lunch and stuff after. So that one takes a cake. Nothing is on my list this year is going to beat Heathlands at the TPC. Nicest course I played this year. Definitely want to kind of check out a couple more next year. Going to try and go out west and play a couple, but yeah, Heathlands was pretty crazy.
I got an honorable mention, which is always a great time, no matter who I'm with or what time of day, what time of year. Is Wildfire up by my cottage there. That's
right.
One of the best tracks going, no matter what. Nothing will really beat that. That'll be my number one always, I think. So
yeah, we got to we could beat that, but I know it's got a pretty stiff membership fee. So I got a friend who might bring me up, he said, so I would love to check out that course. And you and I got to play Deer Creek North together, and it was okay. Like it was all right. It was quick because we had something lined up. Like we were going out here. So I can't remember where we were going, and it didn't work out. And you had a couple buddies going.
We were going to Kawartha.
Oh, that's right, with Chef. Yeah.
And then it was gonna rain like hell there, and then last minute we kind of just said, all right, it's not like the radar looks like it's not supposed to rain here. You want to just come down here, and then it's kind of like a last minute thing.
I think I got in this. I was on the rower when you texted me, and you were just like Deer Creek. I was on the rower down here in the basement. I got in the shower, got to Deer Creek, all within like 19 minutes. It was pretty wild. Probably should not tell anybody that, but it was a good round. It was an interesting course because like the par fives were really weird. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't find my groove. I even chunked one on the 18th hole, like off the tee block. Like it was just not my day. You played pretty well though. Like you were just smacking the ball around. I think you shot 76 or something. You had a good round there. Not for me. Not for me. It was not a great one. But Brycer, before we wrap this one up, you want to talk about the bags a little bit? You got any changes coming for 2022? I guess not if you're getting married, but
yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, money's not really, especially golf clubs. I mean, just with them being so expensive and the wedding coming up, I don't think anything's in the budget right now. But
well, hey,
maybe after next year we'll come back and maybe I'll have some changes for everyone.
If things go well with the pod here, we're always looking for club sponsors and stuff. We are very we're not loyal to any brand. So if you're on, you hear us. I know I got a pretty mixed bag. You got a minute? We can run through what you got in there.
Yeah, so
if you're still listening at this point, sorry Bryce to cut you off. So if you're still listening at this point, we're gonna do a what's in the bag over the winter. So we'll kind of go through the bags. We'll do like a reel or whatever it is, or a couple IGTVs, whatever you want to call it. Give everybody a look in our bag. I know that's a pretty common question. Everybody's Bryce and I are kind of gearheads. We like to chat about the what's in there. So we'll do some actual videos for everybody and go through them.
Also, for everyone who's listening, maybe Mack will do a poll or something on Instagram. Like, would you guys like to see like a live what's in the bag, like us in this kind of situation, maybe to go on YouTube, or would you rather us film it with our like individually, or just give us some input on what you guys would like to see? Because we're not sure exactly how we want to do it yet. So any input helps.
It's a good idea. I'll put up a poll and like kind of we got the screen set up here so we could set it up as what's in the bag. I have the ability to go live here. I don't know if we go over on YouTube. We don't. I don't know. We got a few followers, but not that many that we get much traction there. But we could always do it kind of together. I think it'd be pretty cool, and then and post it up. That might be a bit more fun that way. You're right. So okay, let's go through it. Let's you want to start at the top?
Yeah. So M5 driver. Just kind of recently got it in the bag. I was playing the old Callaway XR16, which was starting to kind of get a little old for me. I hit it well, but I was just looking for something new. So,
people love that driver though, man. Like that thing is still like, people still like it.
But back in the day, my driver was the worst club in my bag, and now that I have this Acura shaft, I mean it's my best club in my bag. I rarely miss fairways, and I hit it pretty far, so that's been my baby now. And
I can attest to that.
Despise hitting driver. I used to despise it.
Man, like there's so much torque in your swing and so much recoil that thing is not going to last forever. So get ready. Get ready.
I know it's stiff as a board too, but then 3-wood, I got the Titleist 915 F. I don't know. It's a 3+. I can crank it right down to 13.5 degrees.
Right.
I crank it all the way up because it just goes too far for me. I can almost content with my driver if I have it lofted all the way down. So that I have an Aldila Rogue X stiff shaft in that. And then irons I've had since probably 2016.
You love those things, but you hit them a long way too.
Yeah, so my grandma, when I was 17 or 18 maybe, she took me to Golf Town, and that was my first like legit set. I mean, I kind of got fitted there at Golf Town, but they can only do so much, right?
Right.
That was my first like big boy set of irons, and I've had them ever since. They're the Ping I200s. They have the 210s now, which I believe Victor Hovland plays or did play at one point. I love them. I don't trust myself to hit blades. Maybe I could, but I just like the extra cavity for when I do hit it.
Pretty sure that Victor Hovland does hit those. I think you're right. Because he made a couple comments about like, why wouldn't I, right? Like, there was somebody else who did that too, but
Lee Westwood also plays them. I know that.
Yeah, writes the yardages on with the Sharpie right on them. That's pretty cool.
They play the 210s now because it's the newer model, but I mean, essentially they look the same and maybe just a few technology tweaks, but I still have no problems with mine at all.
Nice.
But 3-iron is the gapper, like we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Still waiting to get still waiting to get an X stiff shaft in that thing, hopefully, because I swing it a little quick to have a stiff shaft in it, but working on it. Wedges, MD3s, had them forever. Like them, not the greatest wedge player. My irons are actually half-inch longer than standard, and my wedges aren't. So I sometimes struggle with if I don't hit a wedge for a couple holes or a hole, and I'm so used to the length of my pitching wedge, and then I go that half-inch makes such a difference. It's insane.
I know. Sometimes, in that one reel that we mentioned, you're kind of looking like Keegan Bradley there, laying in that 62-yard wedge.
Yeah. So I've kind of gotten better with it. I just either I'll flush it, or I will literally take a beaver pelt out, or a bowvan pelt, as I like to call it, out with the ball.
I think we got to update those wedges. I think that's priority in the bag, man.
Yeah, they're up there for sure. Haywood, if you want to swing over, I'd love to use your wedges. But and then putter is the number 7, just like Shoffley.
Yeah, a few guys are playing that now. Pretty popular putter. I always played an Odyssey until this year, and then so I'll start at the bottom. Good segue. I always played the Odyssey number 9, heel hosel. This year I went to 2011 Scotty Del Mar Honey Dip. Absolutely love it. Baby T grip. Unreal putter. Absolutely unreal putter.
You putt really well with it too.
Yeah, like putting's always been my thing, right? Like I've always been a good putter. Kind of saves me around, or saves some of my rounds. Saves a couple strokes on the card. It's been pretty good. I know I kind of messed around with my grip a little bit, but I have like this I don't know what to call it, kind of like a double overlap. I love it, but yeah, you went to the claw this year, right? You were
I
trying
dabbled with it a bit, but
I've been working on it down here in the basement. I actually don't mind it. Like I don't mind it at all. Like,
well, I was always a blade putter, and then with the mallet, I tried it with the blade, hated it because I felt like I had less control. But then once I got this mallet, I kind of tweaked with it a little, and I felt like I actually had a lot of control with it. So I gave it a go. But like, I mean, I just try everything to make my putting better. Nothing works.
It's supposed to eliminate pulls, right? So, like I've kind of a rounded off putting stroke, so it does help with like those shorter putts, like getting them started on the correct line. So I kind of see like Morikawa was doing it for anything under about 10 feet. I don't know how consistent that could be, but I understand why he tried that. So yeah, moving into the wedges, I do have the Haywood wedges. So I play right now, I play 60, 56, 52, 48. Think I'm going to be kind of bending them or adjusting them. I just picked them up, and then they got like this black oxide. So like, the black ones, they kind of scuff up a little bit and stuff, which I don't mind because they get that raw look. But they got like these like permanent black, like it's called Canadian nitride, I think, and they look unreal. But yeah, Srixon Z7 or Z785s. So last year's model of what Brooks is playing now, or last year or the year before there. Love them, absolutely love them. Nippon Modus Pro,
fantastic looking iron.
120 stiff. Don't swing the club as hard as Bryce, so the 120 stiff is good for me. I do have the pitching wedge. I mix out that in the 48 degree in my bag. In my wedges, I play the KBS High Rev 2.0. It's a stock shaft, believe it or not, at Haywood. Absolutely love that shaft. Like Bryce can tell you, I can spin the wedges pretty good. 3 iron. This is the one we were talking about with Ziggy the other day, Bryce. So I actually have it right beside me. I can kind of show you because you were asking if it was like the driving iron kind, and it is not. It is like a thin blade type iron. Absolutely love this thing. Only got to play it for a bit. U500. Hazardous smoke, 6.0, 90 gram, low spin shaft. Just got to change out the grip. That's the only thing I have left. I just play the, I don't know why I got so into grips, but I play the white and black. Let me make sure I get this right. So just the Golf Pride, and it's just like the
multi-compound.
The multi-compound. Whatever it is, one wrap, just one wrap altogether. Got everything on it except for that. Moving into the 3-wood, do not play 5-wood anymore. Used to play a 3 iron. Also have the Srixon ZU, like the utility 65. I like that club a lot. I hit it. It's I think 18 degrees or 20 degrees, one or the other. I hit it.
It's 18.
I hit it further than I hit the 3 iron, the new Titleist one. So I might be mixing that back in because I just got a new 3-wood yesterday. Sim 2 high launch. So I went with the high launch face. I figured I hit my 3-wood because I don't have the length that Bryce has here. So I hit the 3-wood into some par 5s. So I figured the high launch might help me a little bit. I've hit it before. And so I spec'd out the shaft that I have hit before, and I think I'm going to like it. Ventus 6X, whatever it is. And then driver Sim 2 as well. Ventus 7X black, I believe. Velocore got hooked up from a buddy of mine, so I'm in pretty good shape. Glove, I am playing, always playing the leftbehindgolf.com. Go check those guys out. Good idea to drop a quick chat in with our friend Greg Howard from Left Behind Golf. We'll drop that in at the end of the chat. They had the fall release recently. I've chatted with those guys. They started up the same week that we started up on the Screws podcast here. So if you haven't already, go over and show them some love. Ball, I play Pro V1X. What do you play, Bryce?
Well, first of all, I forgot to touch on, I play 56, 52, 60. Looking to go 50, 54, 58, though, because my gap between pitch and gap wedge is a little big right now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to switch or bend, whatever comes first. I don't know.
Well, don't go and bend a 75-year-old wedge, Bryce. Come on. We'll get you.
I'll have to figure out something. 25 more years. I don't know. Yeah. Who knows?
The way you tear the ball, or the way you hit the ball, you've already torn those wedges apart. But I used to play 50, 54, 58 SM7s and absolutely love that combo. But I wanted to check out the Haywoods, and they're great wedges. I enjoy them, really good. And yeah, Pro V1X, and of course, Golf Towel is the OTS Golf one. You can kind of see it over in the corner here if you're watching over on YouTube at On the Screws Golf. So we've updated the logo recently too, so maybe we'll get that on a new towel. Get that from Brody over at Two Face Golf, so he always hooks up a pretty good deal. I got a head cover made up, Bryce, the other day, so I got one coming for Christmas, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, just the bag's pretty good. Playing a Titleist bag right now. I want to kind of get those minimal golf bags look pretty awesome. Want to kind of check those out, but yeah. I think that's it, man. Anything else we want to add before we wrap this one up?
No, I don't think so. Like you said, everyone look forward to an actual what's in the bag with some videos and stuff. So I know me and Mack both have some cool things about our bag. I know he's got his cool head cover there, Monty, and
well, and I got, if you're watching over on YouTube, I got this one now too from the Goat Track Social Club, the barrel head cover. That's pretty sweet, eh? So, but yeah. We'll definitely try and get a little bit creative over the winter, I guess is the best way to put it. Try and like I'm talking to quite a few people. I chat with actually Alvin and Chris over at the Mulligans and Hackers podcast. If you haven't checked those guys out, please go over because they do a great job there. A couple of newer golfers out west in Canada do a great job. Chatting with them all the time about how we're missing golf. Was chatting with my buddy Anthony just a few minutes before we hopped on the call. I don't know, man. we're all missing golf already. So I'll be down for the wedding. Maybe we can get out Bryce, do a couple things on do a couple things on the course. It'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks everybody. It's been really cool. It's been a cool ride. I can't believe it's already been a year. It's been a lot of fun. Kind of just started this thing up and just kept it going. And it's cool. Like every week you kind of like meet somebody new. Like I just found out, shout out to my buddy Dragon. Everybody knows who Dragon is. So ripping around, probably listening to this pod in the delivery truck right now. So you kind of like hear somebody like new being like, oh, like I checked out the pod, it was really cool, like you guys are doing great, I enjoyed listening. So it's kind of nice that we've got some people that actually check it out. We've got a pretty organic and loyal following, so we enjoy doing it. It's a good opportunity for Bryce and I to connect and kind of chat once a week, chat some golf, right? So it's good. Bryce, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you keeping me company on this thing, and yeah, we're always kind of looking to have some new people on the pod. So if you're a golfer, company, whatever it may be, and you're checking it out, reach out to us at OTS Golf on Instagram and just slide into the DMs there, and we'll get you on the pod. I don't care if you're a new golfer, you're a new company, you've been around for a long time. The idea is to kind of connect as many people as we can, grow this game, right, man? So yeah, and if you're listening to this in the car or wherever it might be and you haven't already, go over, check out On the Screws podcast over on YouTube. Not On the Screws Golf, it's some guy who plays video games, and I don't know, man, this guy's got like a few thousand followers, and he's just some old guy who just rips this golf game. So look for us, check out the logo, and yeah, subscribe. Every Friday afternoon we'll pop out a new podcast, and yeah, we'll keep this thing going. We're booked right now up into we're into the new year now, so we'll be pumping out a new episode every Friday afternoon, and it's cool. We got some pretty cool guests coming up, so stay tuned.
Yep.
All right, Bryce, we will head out of here, and yeah, if you haven't already, go over to manscaped.com, use OTS Golf when you're dropping things in your shopping cart. You'll get 20% off and free shipping, and Bryce will be able to shave his unibrow, and I will look less homeless if you do that for us. So thank you guys very much. We will talk with you in, I guess, season 2. We call it season 2 next time?
I guess we could, yeah.
Yeah, okay, season 2, episode 1 will be coming next week. We'll see you then. Bye for now.
Is out in my ball and of course so I tee up. I lose the ball and I re-up. I miss a fairway, I probably end up in the ocean or maybe the beach. And I'm on a par 5 and I'm finna go reach it. Second was blind, I ain't see it. Feel like it might be an albatross. Working